everyone, Heather here, professional makeup artist here at Luminous. And today for our pro tip, we're going to talk about, do you have the wrong foundation shade or are you spraying too hard? Now I know those seem like two completely different topics, but one comment I hear, especially for the newbies, the people that are first starting out, is they think they have the wrong shade. Chances are you probably have the right shade, you're spraying too heavy. When you are choosing a luminous foundation, you're picking a range. And the makeup, and you hear me say this quite a bit, is the makeup, the foundation is very forgiving. So there is quite a bit of wiggle room in there. But we have to retrain our brains into thinking airbrush and not traditional makeup. Now, when applying traditional makeup, we're used to seeing that opaqueness, that swipe of makeup immediately, and then we're going to blend that around. But when you're airbrushing, you're actually airbrushing in a fine mist. You're gonna make sure that you're 4 finger widths away, that you keep moving, and this is the key, barely pull back on the trigger. This goes against everything that we've been doing up until this point. All you know is traditional makeup, right? So how you put Luminous on, how you apply it, how it looks is completely different. So when applying it, if it feels wet or sticky or anything like that, that's going to be a great indicator that you are applying too heavy. If you cannot do a complete face, a complete look with 5 to 8 drops of foundation, and you're spraying too much. A great way to practice this is get your stylus or your breeze, put water right in here, and airbrush water on your face. If you can airbrush water on your face and your face just looks moist and not dripping with water, then you have a better handle on it. Another thing I would recommend, get a paper towel. Hold the paper towel up, spray the paper towel, using those same steps, keeping it 4 finger widths away, keep that stylus moving, and barely pull back on that trigger. If you can gradually get that foundation to show up and not immediately, not feel wet or see lines, then again, you have a better handle on how to airbrush. I'm gonna go over and show you mistakes that people might make when first airbrushing. So let's get to that. I'm gonna go with the 3. And if I go to spray like I would traditional makeup, where I spray too heavy, where I want to see it immediately, don't move the stylus, I'm too close, this is what will happen. Now, can you see that? That doesn't look right, does it? And look how wet and gross. But that's what we're used to seeing with traditional makeup. With airbrush makeup, you're not going to see that. You are not going to necessarily see that first pass that happens. That is how light you are spraying. So if I go back and airbrush correctly, lightly pulling back, keeping it 4 finger widths away, then you start seeing a difference. It's almost like magic, but it should never feel wet or sticky or see that opaqueness right away. So if you are having issues with color matching and you're new, check how you are spraying. Now, when I say airbrush makeup is forgiving, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Even if you're off a shade, it's okay because you can adapt it and it's not going on like traditional makeup, so you're not seeing that opaqueness, that full cover of makeup like you would traditional makeup. Remember, airbrush makeup is buildable, fine passes of buildable coverage. So I'm going to start airbrushing, turn my system on. And so really that first pass that you make, you might not see anything, right? But you start seeing things disappear. Again, like magic, start seeing them disappear. But let me show you something. This was actually a shade 9. Look at that. That's not my shade. Now, that was just a little trick to show you how forgiving airbrush makeup can be. Would I normally start with the 9 and I'm a 3? No. But I'm going to show you, I don't even have to take this off. I can go straight to my 3 to have that perfect shade match. And there you go. I finished my perfect color match with my shade 3 without having to remove the other color because of how the makeup goes on. Airbrushing makes it so easy, so simple to have a flawless application, to have a flawless look, and not have to cover every inch of your face, but still have a breathable, amazing finish. Remember that every time you have this in your hand, you're learning, you're getting better and better. That's why we tell people when they first start out, do it for 7 days. Use it for 7 days in a row, and by that 7th day, you will have it down, no problem. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you back next time for the pro tip.